approve of anything. Hello, welcome back to the Carver's Woodshop. This is Arlene Zomer from Honeybrook, PA, and the mystery carving we're going to do is the pine cone. Do you see it?
No. It says
No?
the video hasn't started yet.
Oh.
Are you not turned on or something?
No, it's on. I'm sorry, somebody else is with me here, so you'll hear all this. Do you see it yet or not? No?
No.
All right, so somebody's on here. We're going to give it a couple of minutes so other people can join us. We're doing this live on Facebook, and I will later put it onto YouTube on my channel, and we'll go from there. Okay. Nothing? I'm just checking a couple things out here. All right. Oh, there's 2 people. Very good. Welcome, welcome. I'm going to go ahead and start because I don't want this to take too long. We're going to do the pine cone. I've done this before a couple of different times. This is a smaller version of the bigger one that I have. The other one is about 3 inches long. Highly. Hang on just a second, folks. Are you on? You don't see it?
No.
Isn't that weird? Okay. I have another carver friend here with me. Colleen's with me today, and she wanted to sit down in with one of these sessions here. So what we're going to do is we're going to do the pine cone, and when you cut it out, I usually take a square and we'll cut it this way. Okay, let's do it this way. This way, cut it up kind of short, and then we round off the bottoms a little bit. That works out pretty good. Hey Jen, how are you doing? And Jack, it was nice chatting with you yesterday. Some Canadians are popping in now. So we're going to start on this pine cone. That's what we'll see how far we get in about a half hour. So the first thing you want to do is once you have this cut out in this shape with the bandsaw, or you can cut it by hand if you want, but it's going to take you a lot longer. You want to draw like a little bit of a curvature right here. Am I on or not? No? Okay. And what you want to do is just draw it to the center and back down, and just go maybe 1/8 of an inch from the top there. Okay. So once you draw these all on, what you want to do is it should look somewhat like this. Okay, so this is your center, and then you're bringing it down to a point here and then going back up. So I drew this ahead of time to save a little time. So you want to take your knife and you want to cut right underneath. This is going to be this part right here. So what you're going to do is cut this straight in with a knife, and
Oh, I got it now.
okay. I have a friend here with me today. Colleen's here. When did you start carving?
Maybe 5 years ago.
5 years ago? Okay. And, oh, there's Colleen. Okay. And she likes doing these pine cones. She's got really good at doing these. So you do each corner, such as this, and you just put a stop cut. Actually, when I do my beginners class, this is what I teach them, because it teaches them about the stop cuts. And see how I'm pushing with my thumb? I'm not using any other force than my thumb pushing down on it. Controlling your knife is probably the most important thing to do, and it teaches you to do these stop cuts. And the beauty of doing this particular pine cone is it will teach you to undercut, how to put your cuts in. Once you learn how to do this with a knife and how to handle the knife, then you can go to doing other things. But this is a great beginner's class for anybody. And when I have a class here at my shop, this is what we start with. So, so once we get that done, I want to trim this down from the bottom. Okay, I want to round this off a bit. We're going to kind of round it up a little bit, just like so. If you have any questions, I'll try to see what people are saying. So once I get this up underneath here a little bit, what I want to do is I want to kind of start rounding it up a little bit, but we have to finish this up here. So, oh, here's my friend. She did, do you have your undone one?
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to show you what Colleen has done here.
I don't have one that's half done. Well, this one's not done all the way. It needs to be cleaned up.
Okay, this is hers. Okay, and this is what it looks like when she has hers done. Okay, and you did this, what, last year? 2 years ago?
Probably 2 years ago.
Okay. She does a pretty good job at it, and she likes doing pine cones. You did a bunch for your family and all, right?
Yeah, I do my Christmas tree and white lights, and then I have all my pine cones. Some have the little snow effect on them, and some of them are just brown.
They look good. They look good. So that's how hers turned out. Where's her other one there? So we'll leave that there. And you know, when everybody has their own style when you do these, so there's not a right or wrong way of doing it. So we're going to keep working on the top here now. We're going to follow that line straight around to that corner. And then we're going to do the other side as well. And we're going to undercut. And you want it kind of deep in that corner because you want it to look like it's layering. Is it clear? Mm-hmm. Okay, good.
Looks good.
She's watching on her phone next to me here. And all that. So we're going to do each corner here. This, you know, these small ones should take you, it all depends on how quick you are with it and how soft the wood is and all that good stuff. But you can usually get one of these done in a sitting of a couple hours. Oh, you're welcome, Brenda. A lot of people are nervous to show their pieces to other people. I think you learn from that. And the way Colleen got involved was, I guess you saw me at one of the craft shows, correct?
Yeah, at Hay Creek.
At Hay
Apple Festival. And I bought a pine cone and a pickle.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. And then she asked if I had classes. And then that was history. She also helps us at the church with Shepherd's Kitchen once a month.
Excuse me, you have a little bug.
What bug?
Crawling up your wood on the right-hand side. Looks like a stink bug.
Oh, my goodness, you're right. Let's get rid of him. Along with all the chips. Thank you for telling me. I didn't even see it there. This is why I have her here, to tell me I have stink bugs sitting around. Oh my goodness gracious. So, yeah, I'd love to get a carving club done up here somewhere in the future, but I haven't figured all that out yet. So anyway. Whoops. That's not what you want to do. There you go. Okay, so that's pretty well what you want to do is cut that out. And Oh, hi, Milton. So you're not Brenda. Okay. If you see comments I don't see, let me know.
Oh, okay.
If somebody asks us a question, because I'm concentrating on this portion.
I thought you were watching for more stink bugs.
No, I'm not looking for more stink bugs. She's a comedian, too. Anyhow, so.
They're trying to come in out of the cold.
Oh, it's really cold today. It's only 37 out here in Honeybrook today, and I think it was below freezing yesterday. It's the first time in a long while we've had it this cold. It almost feels like winter, for sure. But if you have any questions about anything, just go ahead and ask now, or you can ask when we're offline in the comments section of the Facebook. It will go on YouTube later. So this is a square piece of wood. The wood itself is only about 1.5 inches to 1.5 inches by 1.5 inches, and I don't know, it's around 2.5 inches long. You can make it any length you want. You see there's different lengths all together with this, or you can make them fatter, or you can make them skinnier. It's totally up to you and how you want to do it. There's no right or wrong way of doing these, and that's the beauty of it. Like she said, she had a tree with lights and her pine cones. I also have that. I think it's in one of my pictures. I did 60 of them. They all sold over the years, but it was a lot of fun. Hello, Elizabeth. We're getting some Canadians on. The Great White North. And I'm trying to get this nice and deep so it has a nice, the deeper you go, really the better it pops out. You know, you get to see things a little bit better. So we're going to go back here and we're going to keep shaving this down here. And I just want to keep undercutting a little bit and just let that stick out a little bit. That usually works out pretty good. Hey, Joe. So doing these pine cones are a lot of fun. You can do them all different types of sizes, whether it's how thick the wood is, how long it is. It's all the same for each one. It's just a matter of cutting it up right. And I don't know if I have any in the shop. I don't think I have any in the shop ready for sale on next month.
Get going.
I know. I still have to paint the 30 of them that are sitting here. Not of pine cones, but of everything else that I have. But I do plan to be open every Saturday in December at my shop here in Honeybrook, at the trailer, studio trailer, classroom trailer, whatever you want to call it. Now, I really need to round this up a lot more, so I'm going to try to speed this up a little bit. But
There's only 3 Saturdays in December, so you better get going.
is that it? You serious?
Yeah.
What are the dates?
What is it? 6, 13, and 20?
Hey, Elizabeth. Well, I didn't realize that. I thought there were 4. Sometimes there's 4. That's really strange. Depends how it lands, right?
Yeah.
So, if you're wondering who I'm talking to, I'm not talking to myself over here if you don't hear. A friend of mine who's also a carver is here. Seeing how I do these.
Broadcast.
Yes.
Podcast.
Live video, I think.
I only came for the wood fireplace.
Okay. Hey, James. I haven't seen you for a while, James. I hope everything's all right with your family. Okay, so we're working on pine cones today. And I might have another mystery one. I will not have a class next next week. I'm going to take a week off here, and then right before Thanksgiving, that Tuesday, I'll have another mystery carving coming up. If I can figure out how to do it, I'll definitely I have an idea, I just haven't been able to figure it out yet. So, oh good, it's good that your dad's doing better. I'm glad to hear that. So now, what I want to do is I want to spray this with some rubbing alcohol and water to soften it up a little bit, because this wood is a little bit older than I like, a little more dried out. So if I spray it, it actually makes it a little better with cutting it. It cuts more like butter. So I'm trying to get this as nice and round. So here's your center right here, right? So you're not trying to make it completely round, because these aren't completely round either. If you see it, it's still blocky. You give it the illusion that it's rounded. But how many do you think you made of these?
Oh my gosh. I would bet I've probably made around 50, because I've given so many away.
Right. And same here. I've done maybe a couple hundred over time. But all right, so once you get this all cleared, the nice thing about this particular project, it's really, once you get the basics, it's really a no-brainer to do this, right? I mean, you don't have to think a lot to do this once you get the method of how it has to be done. So if you're watching a program, or you're, listening to music or whatever, you don't have to put a lot of thought into it, because they're all basically the same when you do them. So it works out really, really nice. We're doing the pine cone. If you just joined us, this is the mystery carving today. I have this also on YouTube in the bigger version, which is about, I think it's 3.5 inches long. These are a little bit smaller and fatter, but like you can see, my friend did some that are skinnier and smaller. So yeah, it can go quick if your knife is sharp enough and if you have a soft enough piece, right? So, yeah. And they're fun to paint, because you can do a bunch of these and you only need a couple of colors. You don't need a bunch of different colors. And you can really do different things with them, So, anyway, we're going to go ahead and, you notice I rounded off the top a little bit. This has a little bit of a rounded portion here. So, what I do is I just push it in and I flip it out just like so, about 1/8 of an inch or so down, and I go all the way around until I'm done. So that's kind of what we're looking for, right? The roundness. Now this one's a lot smaller, but we're just doing this to show you quickly how they're done. All right. Do you have the volume on in yours or not? You don't have the volume?
Do you want me to?
No, don't. I might get a echo.
I turned it down so it didn't interfere.
Okay.
I didn't know if it would or not.
Okay, so I'm going to round off these corners a little bit. And all right, and we're getting there. So now we're going to the most important thing with doing these is you want to take all the rough stuff off, like all this bandsaw cuts and stuff. If you don't, it's going to turn darker when you paint it. I can't stress that enough. You really have to be mindful of that. When you're done carving, to look at it, and if there's anything that's not smooth, like you see this right here, I don't know, yeah, you can see that online. See how rough that is? It's best to take as much of that off as you can. So I'll do more of this when I'm offline. I'm just gonna show you the basics So that's how the tops are done, but I'll show you roughly what's done after that. What you'll need to do the top is a V-tool. Now, I don't know if you can see that or not. The V-tool is it's two-sided. I don't know if we can turn it that way, you can see it better. And these are very difficult to sharpen. They're not the easiest. It takes some time and patience to learn how to do that. But that is what we use to do our tops here. I do the center, and it's almost like doing a feather. And we do each one that way. Okay? You don't do it all the way to the top. It doesn't have to go all the way to the top. I don't have one of my finished ones here. Mine are a little bit lighter than Colleen's in the color itself. And I usually like to do a little bit lighter coat so you can see the wood underneath it. Doesn't always work, but for the most part, most of my carvings are done that way. But everybody has their own style and how they do it. So let's keep going here. Could you do me a favor and text Lynn and see if she's taken? Okay. Sorry, somebody's here with me. I just need them to text someone for me. All right. And you can really, if you want to, you can cut this around first and then cut it down.
No answer there.
Okay. All right, so that's how you do the tops. And I keep fussing with it because I see there's areas here and there that are rough. Okay, and see this rough stuff here? That's got to go. And then the bottom here, we're going to round that off, just like so. It's recommended to wear a glove if you have one, but that's up to you. Next time I'll put a microphone on you, because they hear everything you're saying from there.
I'd say I don't wear a glove, but I do cover my
your thumb?
Knife thumb.
Okay.
Yeah.
A thumb guard.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I usually have one on. If I do a lot of carving, I'll put a thumb guard on both thumbs, because my thumb gets tired and sore from pushing down on it, and also you know, when I'm pulling it to myself, you know, I don't have to worry about cutting myself. So I'm going to get rid of all this rough stuff. So, and we're going to, there's just a little bit on the sides here. All right, we got almost a half an hour in already. And we're moving right along here. So what you want to do is try to go down all the way until you have it flat here at the bottom. Not flat, but just round it off. And that takes a little bit of time to get that where you feel comfortable with it, you know. I always like carving away from me. That's always a much safer, and it's just more enjoyable for me. Some people like to pull the knife to them. So when I do this as a beginner's class, this is why it's important, because see how I'm pushing with my thumb? That's a big part of it. And people say, well, how do you get used to it? Well, I say, well, you know, it's like driving a car. Do you think about turning on your signal when you're going down the road? It's just automatic. You do it. You know, you don't say, oh, I've got to, you know, take my left hand and make it turn. It doesn't work that way. You know, it comes automatically. So And you'll feel too when it tugs a certain way that you have to turn it around and go the opposite way. And that all comes from experience from carving for a while. How long did it take you to get used to that?
Oh, a long time.
A long while? Okay.
Yeah.
Some people pick it up pretty quick, other people... Okay. So
I think it's easier to push.
I agree. I like the pushing method the best.
It's kind of like the Philadelphia Eagles tush push.
Yep. All right. So what we're going to do here, and I'm going to show you real quick how to do this. Once you get this rounded off the way you want it, you want to take your knife or your V tool, and you're going to just put it like the vein down the center, like that, okay? We're going to do each one like that. And maybe I'll go the other way. There you go. It doesn't always have to go the same way, but give it a little bit of a curvature. It's nice. Gives it a little more realistic flair to it. Then I go from the bottom, and I just start doing little barbs on it. The pine needles itself. That's what they're supposed to look like. Okay, and if you don't get all the way to the end, you can always turn around, go the other way. But you want to be careful because you don't want to nick out a whole lot of stuff there. All right, and then you do the other side as well. Let me round that up a little bit more. All right. There we go. These are quite popular, you know, and you can leave them out all winter. It doesn't have to be just Christmas, but that's what it looks like. I'm not going to bother doing all three of them for the sake of time. And now here comes the fun part, putting these little things on there. So let's show you how I do it. Usually, it's funny how this works, because a lot of times when I do one of these, it always veers off to the right. See how it veers off to the right? You know, so these, the first one you do is right in the center here. So what you want to do is do one there, and you go to the other side and you do 4 of these. Okay? And this is where it comes into play with learning how to hold your knife and all. So I'm going to take my knife and I'm going to go straight in. And I go in pretty deep because I want to make sure that I cut it the first time. And see, that knife is in there pretty good. But, you know, if it doesn't come out right away, you can always go back and recut it. So here we go. Okay. All right, and then you kind of just do that to each one. We'll do a couple of rows here so you get used to how to do this and what the pattern is. And then I go here and I do another swipe. And sometimes you'll have to cut it a little bit here on the other side. All right. We're going to show you a few of these, and then I'm going to let you finish this offline because this will take a while and it's repetitive for the most part, but it's getting it started, and this is how you get it started. And you just take the tip of your knife. This is why it's so important that it has to be super sharp, that you get a nice clean cut on it. So I'll be back in 2 weeks. What's the date on?
I think the 23rd? No.
27th? No.
25th.
I'll be back on the 25th.
2 days before Thanksgiving.
2 days before Thanksgiving.
You'll be there to remind everyone to take their turkey out so it's thawed for cooking.
Okay. Like I'm the cook. I don't think so. Thank you very much. Nope. All right. So, that's how you do the 4. Now, it's going to look a little strange because I should have gone over further. Your next cut is going to go from here underneath. So this is going to be kind of a long one, but we're going to put it here anyway. So you don't want to go, when you do these, you're not going right to the very end. You're not going from here over. Let me get a piece of paper. Do I have a piece? I don't have a piece of paper. That's okay. You want to offset it. So instead of going from middle over, you're going to go like maybe 1/8 of an inch, and then you're going to draw your line. So,
You need paper?
no, we're good. We're good. Thank you. Okay, so you're going to do that to each one, just like so. I don't have my glasses on either. That doesn't help me today. I don't know where I put them. Okay, so we're always offsetting it a little bit. You know, we're not putting it right in the corner. So when you do your second row, you're going to go right underneath like so, and you're going to follow that all the way up to the one you just did before. Then you're going to flip it over, and you can do it this way, you know, do a little chips like this, or you can do it in one sweep like I've been doing with, you know, just the tip of the knife. Now if it doesn't free up, what you want to do is go back and maybe a little bit underneath the other one, and that should come out. Okay, so that's how you do it. See how it's offset? That's what you want to make sure that you do. You can get little eye hooks to put on the top. Did you put any on top of yours?
Yeah, I think they're on the computer.
Okay, you can put little eye hooks, like the bronze color looks nice. I wouldn't do the silver because that would just distract from the carving itself. But if you need some of these, you can get them. Where did you get them?
Oh, I think it was it Hobby Lobby?
Hobby Lobby or one of those places. Or you can go on Amazon. You'll find everything there. Okay, so here's the next one. So we're going to cut that one
I
out.
like to use a ribbon because it looks pretty.
Oh, see, I haven't used a ribbon. I just put a hook on it.
Yeah, sometimes I just use fish line too.
Okay,
So you can't see it.
very good. All right, so there's, see, and if it doesn't come free, you just go back and recut it. So we got that one done. We got this one. Let's do the 2 more, and we'll do another row to show you how it starts to look. Now this is a little tedious. If you don't mind repetition, I don't usually mind it, but it does teach you how to handle your knife, you know, and it gives you how to control your knife. It's really important. Okay, so see, that didn't free up, so I go back and recut it a little bit. We'll do one more under here. It says I have a slow connection. Do you have that as well?
It's a little behind.
Oh, is it? Okay. And the nice thing, if you have a bunch of these in your bag and you get tired of doing Santas, you do 1 or 2 of these. It's a nice, it breaks up, you know, it breaks up the, gives you some variety. Even though this doesn't really give you the variety, it gives you the variety because of the size of it. It's basically all the same. So we did all 4. So now let's go back and we're going to put another one in. Just like so. Did they go to urgent care or not? Yeah, okay.
You'd be insane now.
Okay,
There's
good.
nobody there with arm parts for.
Oh. All right, so This is the next one we're going to do. See how it's just continuing. It's only 4 at a time, okay? And you try to do a consistent, try to get them a little bit consistent, but that's how it's done. And you just keep doing this all the way down. And I did a real big one and real small ones. And yes, the small ones go faster, but it's a little more intricate, you know, because of size. I did a real big one time. It was like, it was way too big for me. I like doing the smaller stuff that you can hold in one hand. And that's why I like the types of carving that I do, is simply that it's a block and you can make it into something. That's what I like. Okay, so you see how that's not freeing up. So you go back and you undercut again. And I think it freed up there. Yeah, it did. No, it did not. There we go. Oh, you're welcome, Eric. My pleasure. So this will be on YouTube later, but I do have more in-depth, probably already on YouTube. If you check there and you put in pine cones on my YouTube channel, you'll be able to find all the different ones I've done there. There's a couple of different styles. This is my style that I came up with. There is one that does a lot of triangle, I guess it's diamond type shapes, and it was much more complicated than this, and it was, you know, this is just much easier, more direct. Yeah. I think it has a nicer look to it myself, so I've always been pleased with the results on these. Okay, so that's all you do all the way down. Here's another one. And it's always 4. It's never more than 4. If you happen to do that, it's not a total loss. You just kind of work it in. But I like doing the 4. That seems to work the best for me. And if you make it a little deeper, it gives it a little more character, I think. Depth to it. Alright, this is the last one I'm going to do for now. So all you do is keep doing it, and again you go from the edge and you bring it down and around. There's another one. There's one. Two. Three. I'll finish this one when I get offline, but that's how it's done. And you'll notice eventually it starts leaning off. Mine always lean off to the right, like I said. So when you get to the bottom, it gets a little more complicated and a little harder because you're going against the grain. Just take your time with it, and then when it gets to the middle where you can't do anything, I put a little hole in it, just with my knife. Not a big deal, but that's how they're done. And you know, for the sake of time, I thought you guys can do the rest on your own. It's just a continuance of the same thing. If you have any questions, or you know, cutting them out and stuff, I think I told you before, when you cut these out, don't I have another one here? I do, don't I? Can I have yours there? That's not what I wanted to do. Oops. Okay. Let's see if I can get this.
You need to hold it?
No, it's good. We're good. See how this is? This is how it's cut before we start. This top is cut really short. I mean, from here up, it's slanted very significantly, and then the bottom is just rounded towards the center, and from there you can probably get everything done. All right, so that's roughly how they're done, and I hope you enjoyed this little video and this live broadcast. If you have any question, okay, hang on just a second. I'll show you, Milton. This is what it looks like on the bottom. Okay, you just keep going. When you're going down here, you'll notice it keeps getting shorter and shorter. And you just kind of work it in until you get to the bottom. Is it difficult for you to do the bottoms or not?
I think it is when you first start out.
Okay.
But I always feel like I make it look like a rose on the bottom.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. Hopefully you're catching everything she's saying. If not, we'll have to put a microphone on her next time if she decides to come back.
I only do pine cones.
Oh, she only does pine cones. But this is what they look like from beginning to the end, and then, of course, painting them. Painting them is not difficult. We use a burnt sienna and burnt umber mix in the consistency of milk, you know, and green for the top, and that's it, you know, and it works out really, really, really well. You can put some white on it for specks, for snow or whatever, icicles, but it works out really well. All right, folks, we'll call it a night. We'll see you in 2 weeks. And oh, good. Thanks, James. James said he can hear you. She's watching this from the other side. All right, we'll see you on the 25th, and thank you, Jen and Jack. I hope you do well this weekend with your sales of your trees, and y'all have a safe week ahead, and we'll see you in 2 weeks. Take care. Bye-bye.